Suddenly, I realized that a professional tennis player earned more money in a single match than my entire annual salary. At that moment, I decided to create a plan for my daughter, who had not yet been born. I began researching how the world's best tennis players were trained. Then, I trained my daughter with my own hands in a way that was almost cruel. For 10 years, we did not stop for a single day. That gave me more and more confidence. I took my daughter from club to club looking for an opportunity, but at that time, tennis was a white sport. Almost everyone rejected me. Some even laughed in my face. Until one day, finally, a coach agreed to listen to me. But the conditions I proposed were unacceptable to him, because I was just a cleaner from a poor neighborhood, and yet I asked the club to cover the cost of training my daughter. That rejection was inevitable. The truth is that even the wealthy did not dare to invest lightly in professional tennis. But I did not give up. While I continued training my daughters, I looked for opportunities everywhere on the court. I trained both of them at the same time in a poor neighborhood. Almost no one understood that perseverance. Street bullies often mocked me. I told my daughters that I went through the same thing when I was a child. Back then, I was bullied, and my father turned away and ran. But I am not like that. I will never repeat that mistake. I will be your strongest support. So I stepped forward and argued with the bullies, and I ended up knocked to the ground. But when they saw me fall, my children trusted me even more. Thanks to my example, they trained without giving up. They always believed that tomorrow would be better to pay for the training. I desperately began searching for a real coach. I took my daughters to a luxurious mansion by the court. Everyone was white. I put my pride aside and begged again and again, just so they would watch them play. In the end, the coach grew tired of me and only gave us 10 minutes to try out. The result was the best decision of his life. Both daughters stepped onto the court full of confidence. Years of training showed naturally. No matter where the ball went, she always reached it effortlessly, especially the older one. She returned the ball fast and powerful. After much thought, the coach decided to train only the older daughter for free, but I knew there is always a way. At every training session, I stayed by the edge of the court, recording every movement and every detail of what the coach taught. When we returned home, my wife taught little by following the videos. In this way, a seed began to grow silently in the heart of the younger daughter, sometimes gentle, sometimes burning, hitting the net again and again, black and white. The light of hope fell on the empty court. Now they had to give their all so that the future could be better. Youth and sweat intertwined, allowing the two sisters to grow by leaps and bounds. And all that effort, day after day, eventually led them to a height that others would never reach.